So I came across this Reddit post entitled, "Who's the Worst Leaker?" referring to who is the worst Mortal Kombat leaker. It was a few weeks ago, and I thought, you know what? What the heck? I'll read it. I subscribed to the Mortal Kombat Leaks Reddit, and the choices on there were very interesting. And lo and behold, I found an interesting surprise. So yeah, let's get to it. So this is a response video because I kind of went back and forth. I responded on Twitter, and I just thought, you know what? They obviously opened the door for this, so I have the option to respond and give my opinion. So that's what I'm going to do. So the post again is titled, "Who is the worst leaker?" referring to who is the worst Mortal Kombat leaker. And it names 4 choices, but also gives a 5th choice for Reddit users to basically write in their own comments. And if they have other suggestions, they can put it down below. So we have, and of course, I hope I'm pronouncing this. I've seen his videos, but I've never actually pronounced his videos live. So Ramses TV, The Wave Report, DVD Game Center / Mortal Kombat Leaks, Waddle Leaks, which I've never heard of that one. No offense to that person, I've just never heard of that one. And then other. So out of this poll, for the people that actually subscribe to this thread, 104 out of 345 votes, 104 pick DVD Game Center Mortal Kombat Leaks. Now I believe I've covered some leaks by this person before, maybe in the early beginnings, but like I said, I'm familiar with Ramses TV, I'm familiar with the Wave Report, but not Waddle Leaks, but Ramses TV comes in at number 2, and then tied is the Wave Report and the other. Interesting, because the other is the part of this post that I'm particularly interested in. So it goes on to list many other people that I'm familiar with on YouTube who also talk about Mortal Kombat content, Mortal Kombat leaks. Those that were named include True Underdog Gaming, a lot of nice things people had to say about him. And then History Behind the Warrior, which I've never met that guy personally, but I love that guy, so y'all leave him alone. He's awesome. And then I came across this interesting comment from a user called If There's a New Way. And he says, "I think this effing guy is the worst of them all." And this effing guy had a hyperlink, and I thought, who could you be talking about? So I clicked on it, and my face popped up. I was like, what? I was like, okay. So I was thinking, oh, this user really likes me then. He can't even name me by name, but he's going to put this effing guy. Okay, I see how it is. I felt a lot of things about this comment. Now, keep in mind, I know that when you put stuff out in the public, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever you put out there, if you're trying to make a bunch of videos, create yourself as a brand, whatever you want to call it, you open yourself up for scrutiny, criticism, and, haters. So I'm not like, I wasn't booty hurt about it. I took it probably the opposite way. I was like, wow, I got named in a Reddit thread as one of the worst Mortal Kombat leakers. I felt like I've made it, because I have not, my channel is over 2 years old, but up until like the last year, I've really had an opportunity to really, post a lot of videos and, grow with it. So to me, I think I am being named amongst other names that I find I hold up higher, True Underdog Gaming, History Behind the Warrior. I'm like, I am being named amongst them. I am amongst that crowd. So I took it probably the totally complete opposite way that people should probably take it. I wasn't booty hurt. Now, in saying that, I did think that was kind of messed up. I'm like, you couldn't at least just name my name. You had to put this effing guy. I mean, that probably was the part I was a little bit, really? Come on. But I will say, I want to say thank you, as I did on the Twitter post, because at least, I think it was -7, but now it's -6. -6 downvotes, no upvotes. So I appreciate that. So nobody really agreed with this guy. And I think it's, I don't consider myself a Mortal Kombat leaker, per se. I think what I like to do is I just like to talk about Mortal Kombat content, and I like to report Mortal Kombat content. I have never claimed to be a Mortal Kombat leaker. I don't have any sources. This is like more the transparency part of the video, because I think for those 345 people, I guarantee you all of them have actually watched a lot of the videos on those channels. So they're always looking for some sort of need for Mortal Kombat content, including possibilities of leaked content, which none of it would be leaked. But as far as full transparency, I never consider myself a Mortal Kombat leaker. I just like to report on news, any type of news involving Mortal Kombat, whether that be opinions, hypothetical could be's, should be's, would be's. That would include leaks. So it's news. It's just plain news. Now, I've never claimed in any of my videos that I know a source, I have got these from a creditable source. Never have done that. For the most part, I think in the early beginnings, I didn't do it so much, but I was kind of learning about, YouTube and stuff like that. But for the majority of the time I've been on YouTube, I've been fully transparent and saying, take these with a grain of salt. I even make fun of the sources. This is usually from 4chan or Reddit. GameFAQs has been included in the mix, and they're usually from users that don't even want to give their real names. It's anonymous or some, just statement or title. Nothing real. It's always taken with a grain of salt, but it's always fun to discuss, at least in my opinion, because it's interesting to see what kind of sometimes people come up with in their minds, considering it to be Mortal Kombat leaks. Now, I even did a fun video for like Mortal Kombat leak bingo, and I was able to fill a whole bingo card full of Mortal Kombat leaks, things said in leaks that could or could not be true, and we won't know until an announcement ever happens. But I mean, to sum this, to kind of summarize all that together, it's all just in good fun. So I think it's kind of crazy to think that, one, the people in charge of Mortal Kombat leaks on Reddit would do a poll to decide who the worst leaker is. Now, I do understand part of where that's coming from. I can see that. I do know, at least like on my channel, I try to diversify some of the content. I don't have as much, I think, time to dedicate to the channel as some of my peers and counterparts. Like Ramsey's TV, I believe he's all about the leaks. The Wave Report, all about the leaks. I think those other channels are all about the leaks. So I can see where they're just like, one after the other after the other. I will say that I tried my best to do, if at the time I have available to make videos, it just seems to be a leak and a leak, then that's how it works out. But I try my best to put stuff in between there because I do like to make other kind of videos. You can see that from my channel if you actually go to my channel, and doesn't really put me in that category. I would say the same thing with History Behind the Warrior and True Underdog Gaming. Now, I will say this: if you're not a YouTuber, you really kind of don't understand. And I consider myself a YouTuber, but still in the early stages, amateur still. The way YouTube works is it's a beast that you have to keep feeding if you want to be able to grow on this platform, even possibly make a living. And I feel like some people on the receiving end of the videos don't really understand that. So you have to make videos that kind of cater to the algorithm, what you think will get you more views, what you think will get you more ad revenue, more income, stuff like that. So I think people need to take that into account when you're voting for these. You have to keep in mind that for some people, this is their livelihood. This is what they do. Maybe not so much as a hobby, but for a living. So I don't know. I can kind of see from every little angle. I can see as a viewer where you might feel a little bit annoyed that this is all the kind of content they put out. But then in my mind, I'm thinking, you watch their videos, you possibly subscribe to their channel. You're always looking for that kind of information. So, I mean, what are you really looking for? Do you really think that Ed Boon, anybody from NetherRealm Studios, aside from trolling us, because they're not going to leak stuff on purpose, no one is going to leak that kind of information. It's all planned, especially nowadays. I feel like the gaming companies, they are aware of what's going on YouTube, what's in forums. I mean, if I'm able to find it, anybody can find it. Come on now. Like, if I'm able to find these supposed leaks on 4chan or Reddit or whatever it is, you don't think they can too? Yeah, they can peruse the web one day and see what people are really talking about. Heck, it could be them posting these things on those platforms and that we're just reporting and they're just laughing. So I just want to kind of make a video to kind of respond to that. I want to say thank you to If There's a New Way, because I feel honored that I was, even though you didn't use my name, I am honored that you included me as other, because I mean, that basically makes it 7 choices or 8 choices, and I was named among the 8. So I feel privileged. I feel honored to be included in this group of peers, and I feel like I've made it, throwing my Mary Tyler Moore hat off. I feel like I've made it after all. So thank you to that. And for the, again, 6 or 7 people that downvoted, thank you so much for having my back on the web, because, you know, I need all the help I can get. And for those that have been with me since the beginning, or if you recently subscribed and are enjoying my content, thank you for supporting me. And just know that I will continue to cover leaks. I will continue to cover anything that I find newsworthy for Mortal Kombat, and we'll be sharing it with you. So what do you think about this worst Mortal Kombat leaker poll on Reddit? Do you agree with some of the choices that the users picked? Do you particularly pick one of those 5? Or do you feel like it's myself? You could be honest, I don't care. Or True Underdog Gaming, or History of Warrior, or maybe some they didn't mention. I didn't see, there was probably some more I didn't mention on, but those are the ones that kind of stuck out to me. But yeah, I'd love to have you kind of take the poll and let me know, and if you agree with me that it is what it is and it's not that actually big a deal after all. That's it for this video, guys. Remember to hit that like button. For more, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.